What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Captain Cardiac, and today we'll be discussing if the Jacksonville Jaguars are now one of the best teams in the NFL. And please take everything I say in this video with a grain of salt, because I said this about the Jacksonville Jaguars this time last year, and let's just say it wasn't true. But regardless, I feel like times are changing in Jacksonville, and we need to start out this video by, of course, talking about the big boy in Jacksonville. That's right, the man himself, Nick Foles. Obviously, Jacksonville, for the first time in a while, has a quarterback that looks like he might be competent. Getting rid of Blake Bortles and bringing in Nick Foles was a huge thing, because even looking back to their AFC Championship year, he held them back, especially in the AFC Championship game where he failed to put up points. He couldn't get a fourth quarter drive going. And overall, of course, last season, he kept them out of the playoffs. He can't get rid of the ball. Whenever he does, he throws an interception. His decision making is below average, and it looks like from now on he's gonna be a backup in the NFL. And bringing in Nick Foles, as all of you guys should know, Super Bowl 52 MVP. If you're still doubting Nick Foles, there's something wrong with you. It seems like every start he's had, he's gone out there, he's played amazing, very efficient passer. He looks exactly like he did during his Pro Bowl year he had in Philly a few years back. He's decisive, he's got clutch genes. If you need him to make a huge drive, dang, Nick Foles has you covered. And overall, he's played so much better than he used to when he was on the Rams or when he was circulating through teams' practice squads. So I feel like Jacksonville, they should be able to set up shop nicely with Nick Foles. Obviously, we should be able to see, because Nick Foles was pretty good on the Eagles, and then when he was traded over to the Rams, like I said, just not a good tenure. But now we need to move on to the weapons Nick Foles has. First off, Leonard Fournette. He single-handedly carried this Jacksonville offense on his back during their AFC Championship year. And last year, part of the reason why they did so poorly and was such a disappointment is because this man was injured. Oh my God, he's probably one of the top 5 running backs in the NFL. I love watching this kid play. He just has it all. He had one of the most phenomenal rookie years from a running back I've seen in a little while when he played with Jacksonville. He was an offensive rookie of the year candidate for sure. And I think Nick Foles, in the early games of his Jacksonville's career, he's going to have to lean a little bit on Leonard Fournette. But guess what? When you have a guy of Leonard Fournette's caliber, that's never a bad thing. And now let's quickly talk about this wide receiving core. The main man I want to talk about first off is D.D. Westbrook. I feel like if anyone is going to have a breakout year, it's going to be him. He led Jacksonville in receiving with over 700 receiving yards last season. He has not done anything particularly crazy in his 2-year career, but he's definitely proven to be an above-average starter. And with the quarterback upgrade, you never know. Expect D.D. Westbrook to get a good bit of catches and possibly be a breakout star on that Jacksonville offense. Also, Chris Conley, he was someone they just brought in. We'll just have to see. He was a number 3 receiver on what was a pretty stacked Chiefs wide receiving core. So he's a guy we'll just have to see. Definitely has good potential. Definitely could have a breakout year. Also, another acquisition they got, Dante Moncrief from the Indianapolis Colts. He's a guy, he's been really on and off. He's never been a guy to have 1,000-yard seasons or go to the Pro Bowl, but he's a good starter. He's a really solid number 2 or number 3 receiver option. So even though none of these guys have big names like an Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham, or anyone like that, they have 3 so far really solid role players, and one of them could very well break out and have an 1,000-yard season. But the main thing about this Jacksonville team that everyone is raving about, has been raving about for the past 2 years, is this absolutely loaded defense. Oh my god, it's just an unfair defense to play against. Quickly, let's go over these guys. On the defensive line, they have Calais Campbell. He is one of the top 5 defensive ends in the NFL. He is a sack monster. He's a tackle machine. And this is really, really off note. But if any of you guys have ever watched Unfiltered, remember the first season? Calais Campbell was hilarious in the first season of Unfiltered. He was cracking jokes all the time. He was one of the MVPs of that season for sure. But now back to his stats. He has been a huge defensive role player. He single-handedly, by himself, anchors down that defensive line. And he does have a little bit of help from Yannick and Kugwe as well. So, a decent defensive line. Like I said, Calais is the main star. Yannick is a little bit of a, kind of a support piece. Definitely not a guy who you should rest all of your hopes and dreams on. But as a support piece, he's really good. And then their linebacking core is dang good also. You have first-round pick Miles Jack. This man causes fumbles like no problem. I'll tell you what, he is a really good player. He has had a little bit of on and off points, but over the last 2 seasons, he's established himself as a great all-around coverage and run-blocking linebacker. And finally, you have the partners in crime. I'm talking AJ Bouye, Jalen Ramsey. 2 guys who the Jacksonville Jaguars should not have together because they are that good. Jalen Ramsey is probably, arguably, the best secondary player in the NFL. And AJ Bouye is without a doubt a top 5 secondary player in his own right. Both of these guys lock down the backfield. And Jalen Ramsey is a spiritual leader for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Everyone on that team loves him. He's the guy to get them hyped up in the locker room and kind of takes the role that the quarterback usually does, as he's the guy who wants to hype his team up and get them ready when it's time to make that huge comeback. But guys, that's all I have time for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video or subscribe if you'd like to see more videos just like this one, and comment down below if you think the Jacksonville Jaguars are one of the best teams in the NFL, or if you think another team is the best team in the NFL. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye, guys.